All right, we're recording now. So you go ahead and take it away.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys for having it. I'm so excited. I like that it's small. The bigger calls intimidate me. Plus, I can like answer questions and be more intimate with you guys. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'm gonna jump right into the content. I love slideshows. My team knows I love slideshows, so I have a slideshow for you guys because that's like my jam. I love to do it. So yes, like Kathleen said, I am a two-star diamond coach in my first CBC, one-star diamond coach in my second CBC, and my husband is one-star qualifying in his second CBC. And if all fingers are crossed and everything, we will be opening up two more CBCs in 6 weeks because we have like two qualifying in our other two. So it's like pure chaos over here. I am a 2014, 2015 Premier Coach. I really don't like all the titles and the ranks. I feel like we get so absorbed by them. But I love Beachbody. I've been with the company since 2013. I was introduced by my husband out of all the people in 2012. He found TurboFire. I was miserable, overweight, complaining, like saying, I'm going to quit drinking soda and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to lose weight. And I never did it. And he saw TurboFire. He's like, you have to get this program. He's like, I'll buy it for you. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. We were dating at the time. I was like, fine. He was like, but if you don't finish it, you have to pay me back. I didn't finish the program. And I was like, I'm not paying you back either. But I did finally touch the program. On January 4th of 2012, I started my fitness journey. I stepped on the scale and I was 200 pounds. I was like, yep, nope, we got to stop this right now. Like I knew eventually he was going to propose. I was like, I got to get this body in shape for my wedding. And he did. It only took him like 3 years to do it, but he finally did. I lost 40 pounds with TurboFire. I ended up losing 50 pounds altogether. I've won the Beachbody Daily Challenge. I won $500. So if you don't submit your results every single month, do it. I submitted them every month for 3 years and I finally won. So make sure you do that. Um, and I was the person that bought TurboFire off Amazon and Shakeology off eBay. So don't write off those people because you never know what can happen from them. But I ended up becoming a coach in 2013. I said no for an entire year. I told my coach no 5 times. So again, don't give up on those no's because we always come back around. And the only reason I signed up is because she said she paid my $40. Like, sold. If I don't have to give you any money, I am good. And it really just took off from there. I became an emerald within the first 3 months. I became a diamond within the 6 months. And then we moved to Rochester, New York. And I like to tell this part of the story because I feel like it like really encourages other people. We moved to Rochester. My background is in social work. That's what my bachelor's degree is in. And I couldn't find a single job. And I got really burned out my senior year. So I went into retail management because that is so much better than social work. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. And I hated it. I hated my job. It consumed me, but I really put Beachbody on the back burner. I couldn't keep up. All my coaches were quitting. I quit hitting Success Club. My challenge groups were failing. I was like, I'm done. And I told my coach in January or December, I was like, I can't do this anymore. She's like, just put it on the back burner, keep the discount going. I was like, fine, whatever. In January of 2014, I had one Success Club point. In February of 2014, so literally 1 month later, I had 87 Success Club points. I literally just made the shift in my mind that enough was enough and I could do this. I was homesick from surgery for 3 weeks. My job was on my like case 24/7. I was like, I can't even get better because my job needs me and I don't even have a demanding job. What the heck? So I decided Beachbody was my answer and I decided to go all in. And I literally went all in at that point. We started March of 2014 with 7 active coaches on Team Fire to Get Fit. We ended 2014 with nearly 200 coaches. I made a goal to quit my full-time job by the fall of 2015. I made that goal in February 2014. I ended up quitting my job in September of 2014. So just 8 months after I decided to go all in. So if you really want this, make that mindset, make that shift because you can do it. You just have to get yourself out of your head and just say, I'm doing this. So that's like my story. I could go into more depth. I really want to talk to you guys about Facebook. I love social media. I have roughly 100 personally sponsored coaches underneath me. 2% of them I know in real life. So maybe 4 if I don't do math. My husband's the accountant. And the rest all came from social media. I'm on Instagram. It's my bread and butter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Periscope. I'm on Snapchat. I am everywhere. Now, I'm not saying you have to be everywhere, please, because you're going to be like, Ashley told me I had to be on 5 different forms of social media and I'm ready to kill myself. At least pick 2. That's my recommendation. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about Facebook because I've literally have a lot of my businesses come from Instagram, but I've shifted now to Facebook because I get really, really mad at Instagram. If you're on there, you know what I'm talking about. And Facebook is really helping me grow my business. But Facebook is such a finicky tool that you really need to know what you're doing. So I think I can do a screen share without, there we go. All right. Can you guys see this? Thumbs up. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about Facebook a little bit. I'm going to go over a couple different things, and then I would love any questions at the end because I love questions. I'm one of those people. I make my team take Energize before the team call, so they talk at the end because they don't like to do that. So first things first is you need a wow factor. There are 400 other 1,000 coaches out there. And I always hear, well, what makes them come to me? Well, I always ask my coaches, what made you come to me? I didn't know you. You could have picked 390,999 other coaches, but you came to me. It's because I have a wow factor. I don't know what that wow factor is, but I have one. And it's because I have found my niche, which I'll also get into. But you need to have a wow factor. You need to draw others to you. You need to make yourself stand out. My biggest thing is you need to be you. Don't try to be a Lindsay Matway. Don't try to be a Melanie Mitro. Don't try to be a Chelsea Pearson. Be a you. Be who you are. For the longest time, I was like, I can't really show myself. I'm a cursor. It's what I do. My husband is like, could you possibly say the F word less? And I'm like, it's who I am. And for the longest time, I was very censored on social media. I was like, well, I don't want my pastor reading this. I don't want so-and-so reading this. And I was like, you know what? I really don't give a shit anymore. See, I told you, I tried. I made it like 5 minutes in without doing it. So I apologize if some of you hate it. I really do. But I quit like caring. And sometimes it's so hard to not care what other people think. But like I tell my team, people's opinions don't pay your bills. So what other people think about you, you got to get that out of your head. So you have to be unique. You have to be yourself. Post towards your market. So if you are a mom, post towards the mom market. If you are not a mom, don't post towards the mom market. I know nothing about kids. I have a dog who I'm surprised isn't barking or trying to see you guys right now. That is my market. Dog moms, people who are obsessed with their dogs. My market is planners. I am a 100% planner nerd. So I talk to people who love organization. I have endometriosis and PCOS. So I talk to people that struggle with those things as well. You have to post towards your market. Every post should be geared towards your market. Not 10 different markets, not 5 different markets. It should be geared towards one market with every single post. And lastly, you have to be relatable. People want to relate to you. People want to really genuinely know you. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a Facebook message and they're like, you don't know me, but man, I feel like I know you. Like I connect with you so much. That post that you shared about depression, man, like I feel like we know each other. It's because I can relate to other people because I'm sharing. And if you've been in this for 2, 3 years, even 9, 6 months, and you're like, I don't have a wow factor, you can get a wow factor now. There's no better time than starting now. You don't have to wait until you come upon it. Talk with your upline. Talk to Kathleen and be like, what do you think my wow factor is? Because chances are she can really help you find that. Your upline can help you find that wow factor, but you have to have one. I always say, I don't know if you guys know who Brittany Power is. She's the top 10 coach from this year. She went from a 2-star premier, she wasn't even premier in 2014, to the top 10 coach in 1 year. So I always say, and she has a wow factor. Like if you follow her on Instagram, like holy moly, she did that in a year. What's stopping you? You could be the next Brittany Powers, but you have to focus on your social media and your Facebook. So why do your posts relate to coaching? All of your posts should be related to coaching. And it should be, join me, join me, join me. I'm looking for 5 girl bosses. We do it. I do it. I do it all the time. But that's not how every single post should be. You can absolutely create a 6 to 7 figure income business on Facebook. How many coaches have done that? How many top coaches were on Facebook before Instagram even came around? I know that my business is growing because of Facebook. I don't talk to people face to face. If somebody asks me like, oh, you have a Shakeology cup, what's up? I'm like, it's a drink. All right, bye. Like I don't talk to people face to face. Like I'm behind my computer 24/7. So you can create this on Facebook. The more people, I need to look at my notes on my screen. I'm like going past my notes. But this is how your business grows, and you can't neglect Facebook. If you're one of those people that's between a Facebook like page and your Facebook page and you're not sure where you're going, you need to pick one and you need to stick with it because you cannot neglect Facebook. I always tell my team, consistency is how you grow your business. And the minute you quit being consistent on Facebook is the minute you quit building trust with people and they like completely forget about you. And then what happens? You come back and they're like, oh, she's back. All right, how long is she going to stick with this time? And you have to start that process all over again. The more people you attract, the more your business grows. I started Facebook, or I started Beachbody probably with like maybe 300 friends on Facebook. I now have nearly 3,000 friends on Facebook, and I have about 4,700 followers on my Facebook like page. That's because I grew it and I was consistent. If you're consistent, your friends will tell people about you. I'm sure you guys have had people come to you and be like, so and so told me about you, or so and so shared your post, and I was really intrigued. Like, can you give me more information? Because your friends are going to talk about you to other people if you're inspiring them, if you're motivating, if they're able to relate to you. This business is all about social media. It's all about tracking people. Yeah, face to face is great talking to people, but think of how many lives you can impact in a Facebook post in 10 minutes. You're going to impact anywhere from 5 to 100 people. If you're having a face to face conversation, it's probably going to take about 30 to 60 minutes. So social media, Facebook is the quickest way to grow your business. So every post relates to coaching. Whether or not you know it, it really, really does. So what are some things to remember when it comes to Facebook and it comes to what you're posting? Being a coach does not change who you are. When I became a coach, I was still the same person that suffered with endometriosis, the same person that suffered with depression for 10 years, the same person who was obsessed with her dog, the same person who loved to plan. Being like I'm a coach did not change that. It just added to who I am. Sorry, I'm like trying to read my notes and look at the slide and I keep losing where I'm at. But you still have everything. Yeah, so everything about you is still the same prior to becoming a coach. I think a lot of people think that they have to become this fitness, like know-it-all, like superwoman. You don't. You really don't. You're the same person as before, but you have this new thing to you. You have this thing where you can inspire people. You have this platform where you can change lives. But you have to provide them with valuable content. Don't spam them. How many of us have put up a picture of us kissing our Shakeology cup or us kissing our Shakeology bag? That is not valuable content. How many of us have put up a stock photo that Beachbody loves to give us and tell us to post? That is not valuable content. In my opinion, that is no better than the people that sell the saran wraps. Like that's the same thing. You have to provide them with content. If you're going to share your Shakeology, do it in a way that helps people. So when I share about my Shakeology, I share what it's done for me. I did one earlier this week. We were on the road and I was like, this is my version of fast food. There's no grease. There's no added bloat. There's no icky feelings and it tastes delicious. And of course I added a little bit more content, but it was valuable to people. I talk about the ingredients. If I share a picture of me working out, it's not just like, oh, I got my workout in. High five, thumbs up. No, I'm going to share with people like how it helped me. So today I posted a picture of us doing hammer and chisel. And I said, today I should have probably used 12s. My body was telling me to use 12 pounds weight, but my mind was saying use 15s. I could do this. And I said, I got out of my own head and I used 15s. And in my post, I said, get out of your own head. Like you can do this. I am creating valuable content. So behind every post should be valuable content. And remember, you're building relationships through your post. Sorry, I need to switch. You're building relationships. And my last thing I don't have in the notes, please watch what you post. I am probably like, my coaches probably hate me sometimes because I'll be like, message them and I'll be like, so what do you think you did wrong? They're like, oh God, what did I post? I'm like, yeah, let's talk about that. I had a coach post a picture of a toilet. I get what she was trying to post about, but I was like, was there a better way to do this? She's like, yeah, probably. I'm like, okay, let's delete that. Watch what you're saying. I know it's political season. For the love, don't post about politics. Like, it's my least favorite thing to see on Facebook. You have to remember, people are paying attention. They're watching you. And the minute you post something that's kind of controversial or kind of complaining, or if you share one more cat photo, they're going to unfollow you and get you out of their news feeds, and you're never going to be able to impact them. So for the love, watch what you post. Trust me, if my team like had one thing to complain about me, it'd be like that I am like the worst when it comes to their posts. Like I like to like crack down and be like, nope, delete that. Nope, go. So next thing is you need to figure out your audience. So that's the big thing about Facebook. Like this whole algorithm thing. Like I don't know numbers, but Facebook basically says like, nope, your post sucks. So no one's going to see it. Or, hey, your post is really, really awesome. So we're going to show it to the entire world. And we know we've been there. We're like, man, that was a really good post. And I only had 2 likes. Like, what is going on? It's because Facebook decided that they didn't like it. So you need to pick hobbies and you need to post about those. Yes, you need to post about your workouts, or you post about Shakeology, but you need to post about things outside of that. So I post about my dog. I am obsessed with my dog. This is Stilts. He is everywhere with me. He's the cutest thing in the world, and he's also the biggest a-hole. But everybody knows Stilts. I am very big in the planner world. People know Stilts. My team knows Stilts. Like literally, people know Stilts, and that's not even his real name. That's just what people know about him. So I post about Stilts. If you follow Katie Hefner, everybody knows her because of Baby Bear and Winston. Those are her animals. She posts about them daily. I love planners, so I talk about organization. I love to travel, so I talk about travel. You have to pick 5 to 10 hobbies that you like and post about those. If you're a mom, post about being a mom. If you love to cook, post healthy recipes. If you love to do arts and crafts, post about that. And you should be doing 3 to 4 posts a day. And I know some of you are like, oh my God, that's a lot of posts. It gets easier in time. So if you're a new coach and you're like, Ashley, that's way too many posts, I promise it gets easier, but you have to be consistent. Also, do not post at 2:00 in the morning. I got on one day and my coach posted like a help wanted, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I looked at him, I was like, you posted this at 1 a.m. Unless you have an insomniac following you, no one's going to come to you because you posted it at 1 a.m. So you got to watch those things as well. Now, if you're using a like page, it needs to be not okay content, not content. It needs to be like really good content. Facebook like pages are so much harder to build. Trust me, I've been building mine for 3 years and I'm at 4,700 likes. But if you're using a like page, all of your content needs to be fitness related. Now, if you're on your Facebook page, like your Facebook profile, talk about your dog, talk about other things. If you're on a like page, you can only do fitness. And you're probably like, Ashley, that completely goes based off of not what you like. That totally is like hypocritical, but you're just saying your followers on Facebook, only 2% of them are going to see what you're posting. So my 4,700 people, only 2% of them see what I'm posting. I'm lucky if I get 10 to 20 likes on a post. Now, if I do a really, really good post, like today I did an ingredient, like a recipe post, I had like 40 comments on it. I'm like, okay, you guys like food clearly. So if you're on a like page, it has to be fitness related. And play around with the times. Like I said, not 1 a.m. Some people, you may do better at 6 a.m. For me, I work from home. My husband and I both do Beachbody full time. We're lucky if we're out of bed at 9:30. The joys of not having a kid. I'm like, oh, it's 9:30. Maybe we should get up now. So my market is about 10 o'clock and then 1 o'clock. And then I have kind of a late market because I know that I have like insomnia. So I'll post around 11 sometimes. So watch when you're posting. Not the same as for everybody. So do some research. If you see a post isn't getting a lot of engagement at 9 a.m., you may want to shift that to 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. Another thing for Facebook is posts that can be shared. These are like the jackpot. The more of one of your posts gets shared, the more people come back to you. So think about like Lindsay Matway. I'm pretty sure we all follow her. She'll post a video and that thing will get shared like 2,000 times. Well, guess what? That if that person, so say my husband shared the photo, all of his Facebook friends are going to see and be like, oh, who's this Lindsay Matway person? So share things that are shareable. My favorite are e-cards. We all love those e-cards. They're hilarious. They get shared the most. Recipes, they get shared galore. Really good videos, they get shared really good too. And if you can, add your Facebook like page to the picture. So I did an e-card the other day and I put my link on the picture. That way, if it continues to get shared, people are going to come back to my like page because they're going to see the link. When you post something, think about it. Like, is this something I would share? Is this something, because that's all Facebook is now. I mean, how many times do we scroll through Facebook and it's like, dear goodness, if this person shares one more post, that I remember the days of Facebook like being about statuses, and now it's like sharing cats and squirrels and talking monkeys. But that's what gets seen. That's what people like. So think when you're making a post, you're like, would I share this? Would I share this recipe? Chances are if you would, then other people are. Shared posts are like the jackpot. That's how you're going to get more engagement on your post. And I apologize if my slides are all over the place. I thought they were in order, but they're really not. So I'm like all over the place. I do apologize. Let's talk about pictures. I love pictures, but I do not spend 30 minutes on a picture. I had a coach the other day and I'm like, have you made a post? She's like, well, I've been editing this picture for an hour. I was like, no. Like you just wasted a whole hour that you could have been like building your business over a picture. Like, what are you doing? Your pictures should be eye-catching, but you don't need to spend an hour on them. So what do I mean? Pay attention to what's in the background. I know it sounds silly, but I was looking at a picture that I was like, man, that's an awesome picture. Like, she looks really good. And I was like, is that her bra hanging in the background? Like, that was the first thing I noticed. And we may not think about things like that. So like if I take a picture of my bathroom, you better believe all the crap that's on my vanity, it's shoved so no one can see it. I'm like, oh, my mirror's dirty. Let's clean that real quick. People notice things. It's really weird. If your toilet's in the background, put the seat down. If you have a bunch of crap on your table, maybe turn the picture so no one sees it. If you have a sink full of dirty dishes, maybe do it at an opposite angle. I know it sounds really silly, but it's true. And your pictures may be a reflection of you. For the longest time, I was trying to do pictures like other coaches. I was like, man, she's really successful. My pictures need to look like hers. No, because I'm not that coach. I'm me. So make them eye-catching, make them reflect you, and pay attention to what's in the background. And try not to do too many collages. I know we like to do collages. Collages are really good for Instagram, but not so much on Facebook. And posting a picture with a status really helps engagement, even if it's just a selfie. I love Lindsay Stay. And if you notice, every post Lindsay Stay does, it's always usually a picture of her smiling because that's going to catch people's attention. So focus on the quality and make sure that your pictures look good. Interact with your audience. So what do I mean by this? You need to like every single comment that you get. So sometimes I'll ask a question, a status, and I'll get anywhere from 50 to 150 comments. I like every single reply. And then I comment on the replies. And you're probably like, that's really tedious. So what happens is every time somebody comments on a status, Facebook's like, oh, this is really good. I'm going to let other people see this. Now, if you reply back to them, Facebook's like, oh, this is also really good. So we're going to throw this back into the universe. So if you're getting a lot of replies on something, like a lot of comments, reply back to it. And Facebook has this nifty feature now where you can hit reply and it's like in a little sub conversation and it's really awesome. Plus it's a way to connect with your audience. I do this on every single one, whether it's my like page or whether it's my Facebook page. I take the time to like every single one. There's one that I think it's my next one. So we'll talk about that right now. So for example, I made this post. I'm going on the cruise in 4 weeks. And I was like, I need a bathing suit. I really didn't need a bathing suit, but it was a really good post that day and I needed some content. When you ask people for the suggestions, you get a lot of good response. So I usually ask for a suggestion once every other day. So the other day I did shampoo. I don't know what I did the day before. And the reason these are, there's not a lot of content behind it, but it gets people talking. And every time I do a status like this, I get people that I've never interacted with before, people that I'm not even friends with that comment on it. So this one, I ended up having a roughly 120-ish comments, I do believe. And you better believe I liked every single one. I probably didn't comment on every single one because I got really tired after a while, but I liked every single one. So again, don't post at 1 a.m. No one will see it. Don't use stock photos. Use your own. Really watch what you say on Facebook. Really watch what you do. I'm trying to see if there were any other things. The other thing, I don't think any of you do this. I have a girl on my team that loves to do this. Don't use caps when you're typing. I don't know if you guys know this. When you use caps, people think you're yelling at them. I know it's really weird, but they really do. So every time I see her post, I'm like, why is she yelling at me? She doesn't know any better. So don't use caps. And just be mindful of what you're posting. I know sometimes we get caught up really quickly. I used to be the person that complained about everything on Facebook. And now I'm like, would I want to follow me if I posted this? Or when I'm about to do a post, I'm like, okay, would this inspire somebody? Would this change one life? So anytime I do a valuable post, I always think to myself, will this change somebody's life? Will somebody possibly message you saying, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Your post was amazing. In the back of my head, if I say no, then I'm not going to post it. And sometimes we're quick to post just to post. Those are my slides. So I'm going to get out of the screen share because I feel weird of staring at myself. Sometimes we do a post just to post because we're like, crap, it's 9 o'clock at night. I haven't made a single post. Let me throw up a post real quick. If it comes down to that, take the night off and don't do it. You want to post content before posting anything else. So if you have no content, just take the night off and don't post and come back to it tomorrow. And my other tip is on the weekends. I don't know about you guys. I struggle on the weekends to post. I don't know why, because every day is a weekend for me because I work from home. But for some reason, Saturday and Sundays are my struggle. So if I think of a really good post, I plug it into my cell phone on the notepad and I save it. There was one day I was like talking to coaches like 1 o'clock in the morning and somebody was like bashing Shakeology but wanted to pay like $20. When I looked at it, I was like, wow, this is a chemical shitstorm of a shake. Like, this is awful. I was like, this would make an amazing post. So I like hurry up and did it. I was like, but I can't post this because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So you better believe the next morning at 10 a.m. I was up, I posted it, added a picture, and boom, it was ready to go. So if you think of a really good post, put in your notepad and save it. because then you can have it ready to go the next day. And then my last tip to you is don't auto schedule things. So if you use Hootsuite or Buffer, Facebook doesn't like them. Facebook doesn't like you using outside companies. And you know how you can schedule posts on your like page? Facebook, even though they allow us that, they're like, oh no, you're not here in real life, then well, we're not going to share this. Anytime I schedule a post, I get crickets. It's like chirp, chirp, like no one's here. Now, for me, I'm going to be on a cruise. So I'm going to be out of like cell phone range for 5 days. I cannot not post for 5 days. So I will schedule posts in that circumstance. But if you are here in the live, in the flesh, don't schedule your post. Facebook hates that for some reason. That's all I got. I hope that helped. I love social media. I love Facebook. I love Instagram. Like that is my bread and butter. That is my jam. But you can absolutely build a business using Facebook. Like I said, 100 personally sponsored coaches, I know about 2% of them. The rest have all come from Facebook, knowing my niche, posting towards my market, and being consistent. If you ask my team what my favorite word is, it's consistency, because that's exactly what I do. If you go to my like page, you are going to see a post from me at least 3 times a day, because that's how I've built my business. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I love questions.
That was awesome. Thank you. Such great content. Okay, I'll start off because I have a couple questions. First of all, 87SC.
It was, yeah,
What?
it was insane. I've never had that many cents. So I am not somebody that tries to get like 20 successful points a month. I'm like 10, good. I'm good to go. It was the month that 21 Day Fix was released. Like the first time Fix was ever released. And like, I just was like, all right, I'm laid up in bed for 3 weeks. So let's do this.
That's awesome. So are you talking about you just started inviting everybody you knew, or what was the little magic month?
So I'm the coach that doesn't invite. I know it's really, really bad. And my coaches hate me because I don't have to invite because I have a good following. But even if you do, you should still invite. Let me put that out there. I posted a lot. I was like running challenge groups nonstop that month. I run challenge groups every single month. I wish I could say like I did some like secret magic like potion that month, but I literally was just posting nonstop. Like I was like, all right, let's do this. Like we're going to make it happen.
Awesome.
I know everybody's like, can you please show me the secret? I was like, I don't have one. I'm sorry.
We all want there to be a secret.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, wait, this is a very specific question. So you said somehow you link your picture to your like page. What was that?
So like on like Photofy or like a Facebook app, I will put the link like in a text. So you know how like you always like want to like on Instagram, you always want to watermark your pictures. I basically do that with my Facebook like page.
Oh, so like it's not like they could click on the picture and go to your like page.
Yeah, they can't click on and go to the like page, but it's there. So if it surfaces out in the universe or gets on Pinterest or makes it its way to Instagram for whatever reason, unless somebody covers it up, and I always try to find a spot where I'm like, you can't cover this, haha. Then my like page is there, and somebody's gonna be like, oh, who's this person? Let me go check it out.
Yes. Okay, got it. Very cool. Oh, I know my other question. So if you have a personal page and a like page, what you're kind of saying is that your like page should be very specific. Like you don't want to have the, I don't know, like if you're doing a fitness page, you don't want to have like picture of your kids or whatever. Save that for your.
I mean, until you have like 10,000 likes, unless you're like a Lindsay Matway or Melanie Mitchell, those people I always refer to, it's hard. I've had my Facebook like page for 3 years and it was growing really good. And Facebook took it away from me for a while. That's a whole story for another day. And I finally got it back. But after 3 years, I still only have 4,700 likes, which is good. But after 3 years, if you think about it, like that's not a lot. And it's because it's so hard to build like pages. And you'll hear from a lot of coaches, they say, build on your personal, build on your personal. So I post on both. But when I post on my like page, it's only fitness related, unless there's a really cute picture of stilts and I just want to share it with the world.
Cute. I remember on Instagram, what Shalene said, called it something specific, like on like having an Instagram account that's like a very specific targeted whatever. So that's kind of how you think of your like.
Yeah, I don't do that on Instagram though, but I do that on Facebook. Instagram, I share everything. I'm like, whatever.
How do you? I know that you're not everybody was asking about Instagram, but I'm so curious because I don't really do Instagram. How do you get customers from Instagram to How do you connect?
I love Instagram. So I have about 21,000 followers on Instagram. I actually have two Instagram accounts. I have one for planning and one for Facebook. And even on my planning one, I have 25,000 Instagram. So I know about Instagram because I've grown both of them from zero. I don't invite on Instagram. I'm not somebody that DMs people saying, buy me, buy me, buy me. But on every post, I always am like, comment if you want it, or I leave my email address, or I do call to actions. I'm also very consistent on Instagram. I'm like posting there like 4 or 5 times a day. I love Instagram. And I can actually give you a link to a training I've done for my team for those that may be interested in that didn't win the vote for this one, if you want to show them, because I love it. I love it.
I'd be curious. Yeah, if you don't mind sharing that. I'm just
No,
so
not at
curious
all.
because I haven't been able to really follow.
And Instagram's finicky. It takes time to grow. I have coaches who are like, I hate Instagram. It's like, I know you do, but just give it time. Like, you found me through Instagram, so give it time. And sure enough, they'll be like, I have a coach through Instagram. I'm like, see, and you wanted to give up. Like, I love it. And Instagram just has such a higher platform than Facebook because you don't have to like pop up in people's newsfeed. Anybody can find you on Instagram, which is what I love about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whole topic for another day. I could talk about it for hours.
That's awesome. Okay. Anybody else? Who else has questions? You can unmute yourself if you want to ask Ashley something.
I had a question on either one, Facebook or Instagram. You have such big followings. Did you do all of that organically, or was that some paid for Facebook?
I do the Facebook. I boost my like page. So I do like roughly like maybe $2 a day, but I'm very specific on my audience, and you can do that on Facebook. So I don't just boost for $2 and that's it. I have like 21 to 45, women only. And then I have categories. So endometriosis, PCOS, dog mom, fitness addicts, planner. Like, I am very specific. I don't want just any Joe Schmo following me. Which also doesn't help because it takes a lot longer to grow it as well, because I may get 2 likes a day, but those are people that are actually interested in what I post. And I do occasionally post a Facebook post. I don't do the ads. I don't like the ads where you can like click here for a thing. But I occasionally post. I'll do like my help wanteds. I'll post those. I did a recipe today, so I boosted that because that was really good content. I don't do a lot. So, but yeah, Instagram, all on me. But Facebook, yes, on my like page, non-organically, some of it.
Yeah. I'd love to hear the link for the Instagram one, because I'm trying. It's just hard to grow that one.
Instagram is very hard. I've been at Instagram for 4 years now, and there's some days that I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me, like grow, especially when I see other coaches. And I'm like, how do you have like 78,000 people? You've been doing this for like a year. But I'm just like, whatever. It takes time. I still gain from it. I usually get at least anywhere from 5 to 10 coaches a month from Instagram. Like, I love Instagram. I can't tell you how much I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will share that link with Kathleen for you guys.
And then one quick last question, sorry,
Yeah.
to
No, you're
sabotage the time. I'm posting, I have a very small like page, and it gets very like little to no engagement. So I feel like I'm still trying to use my warm market. Is it okay to post kind of like the same thing on both, or should I just
So I do that. My husband called me out today. He's like, wait, your picture is back to back. So I posted one on my regular page. And what I did is I used the same picture, but I reversed it. So like I mirrored it like to go the opposite way. As silly as that sounds, then Facebook's like, okay, these are 2 completely different pictures. So we're going to push them to the top. So I don't post the same photo, but I do post the same photo. So I may change the tint on it. I may add some wording. I may like reverse the picture. Like pages are definitely hard to do. And the other thing is, I don't know if you guys know this, when you're on a like page, if you're on your mobile app, you can invite your friends. So every single day I hop on my like page and I'm like, okay, who can I invite? And it's like invite friends. And I literally invite all of my Facebook friends to my invite page. And then the other thing you can also do, sorry, my dog has got to get down. He's like a human heating blanket. Is if somebody likes your post, if you're on Facebook, like if you're actually on your computer and you look at how many people have liked your like post for the day, you click on it and you can invite those people that haven't liked your page already, because people will like your post that don't like you. So that's another great way to grow it as well.
Good point. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I just had a really super successful post on my like page, and I tagged myself. That seemed to really help. So I don't know if you do that too.
I do that too. Yeah. Facebook's weird. They used to like let me do it all the time, and it was like, oh, it automatically popped up. But now it's like they group all my pictures together. I'm like, I didn't post that with that one. Like, why is it in an album? Facebook is very finicky.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's so hard it's such a game, but at least knowing that it doesn't hurt your feelings, you know what I mean? When you don't
Yeah.
get likes or whatever, you're like, it's just,
And I used to let it get to me. I was like, this is such a good post. Like, why did only 5 people like this? And I'm like, it's fine. It's whatever. It's Facebook not liking me today. That's cool.
yeah. All right, what else? Other people have questions?
You guys are quiet like my team.
They're so quiet.
And we took a New Year's resolution. I was like, shots. You need to have energized before every call. Like, we're not doing this.
I like that.
So I'm kind of in the same boat as Sarah. Like, I'm trying to build up my like page and everything else. So I'm finding that I will post things on my like page and then share them to my like regular page. Should I try to keep them separately, or what do you recommend for that?
Do you mean like you'll go to your like page and you'll just click share post and then post it to your Facebook? I wouldn't do that. It doesn't get seen as much. So I would make it a whole new post, and you can even use the same post. Do it at separate times. So like do one at like 2:00 and then one at like as your nighttime post, like kind of reverse them if that makes sense. Because it'll pop up in other news feeds as well. For some reason, when you share a post, it doesn't really get seen as much as it's from your like page, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I've been trying to grow my like page as well, and I am finding new people on it, but I have a really hard time with, so I've been trying to up my likes by just doing like $2 a day. And I know you can make it specific. I swear, as specific as I try to make it, that little thing is still like closer to broad than specific. I don't know how to make it more or whatever. I don't even know if it matters. But I saw that there was a way to like target or to like set the amount of money you want for engagement. So I think I put like, I don't know, 25 cents. Like there's a threshold. You can't go below 25 cents or something like that, which I did like the last 5 days. And I think I had gained like 20 likes on my page in a week, which to me doesn't seem like it's that much. And I kept getting these notifications saying like, oh, if you make your audience more specific, it might help, whatever. The whole like ads and making like finding your audience and paying like totally confuses me, because I'll do one audience one week and I'll have more likes, and then the same one the next week it's like nobody. I don't know. I mean, I know Facebook is finicky like you said, but
It is. And even that, I honestly don't pay attention. I know that sounds, I didn't even know I could do the amount towards like engagement. I had no idea. So you taught me something new tonight. So thank you. I'll have to check that out. Sometimes I notice and I'm like, okay. And so I'll like add a couple more interests, but I feel like when you get it so narrowed down, then it's like, all right, well, how are you going to find like, I feel like
right. How's anybody going to come? Right.
Yeah. So you may just have to play around with it a little bit more. I wish I had the right answer.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm sorry.
No.
And 20 is really good. So, for example, I just happened to look real quick. I had 34 new likes last week. So, I mean, comparable. That's really 20 new likes a week is really good.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry, my dog wants on my lap.
And the best way to do that is just pay to promote your page, right?
That's what I do. I pay
Okay.
to promote my page. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where, and I always say like, you want to invest back in this business. Yes, it's like a business that we don't have to put a lot into, but you do need to invest in some. And of course, when you pay for Facebook advertising, it's tax deductible because it's marketing. So I always am putting back at least into Facebook, and that's pretty much my like only expense. So
Well, I also found like I wasn't doing this for a while because it was making me angry because I couldn't get like real likes, and I felt like some of the likes were not real people. But I find that when I do just put a little bit of money into Facebook, even if it's like $10 a week, my posts for the next like week are like there's more people engaged, like more people are seeing it. So Facebook does reward you for
they do.
you know, which kind of stinks in a way, but I get it. Like if you want to grow your business, you have to invest a little. I just wish there was like an answer, like what is
And
right.
they're always changing it, which is the worst thing. Like once I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought I was like, oh, there you go. You got a new thing you're doing. Thanks, Facebook. Appreciate it. Facebook and I have a really, really big hate-love relationship. Hates the emphasis on that.
So true. Okay, any last questions for Ashley? No? Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for getting on. We so appreciate it. That was a lot. I took a lot of good notes. And I know there's a number of people that can't get on at this time, so they listen into the recording, and I know they will. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time out.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I will send over that Instagram link for you as well. I'll do that when we get off because I'll forget.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks. Well, have a great night, Ashley.
All right. You guys have a good night.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
All right. Well, thank you guys for getting on. I don't know do any of you have other things that you wanted to talk about tonight while we still have a few more minutes? I'm looking at your faces and I'm thinking, what is your wow factor? I feel like I could say for most of you what I would think it would be.
I was thinking when that girl was talking, I was thinking of you, Jeannie, because she seems like you have similar interests when she was talking about her dog.
I do follow her on Instagram.
Oh, do you?
When I saw her face, I thought, I think I follow her. I had no idea who she was before today, but so.
I know she wasn't supposed to be talking about Instagram, but like Instagram, oh, sorry. Oh, I was just reading a message. I feel like Instagram drives me batty. I can't, I wonder how much time she has spent, finding people. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like that is, a lot of it, and I don't have time to do that. I don't know. I feel like it is, a lost cause right now for me. So I really would be curious as to how she has a huge following on 2 accounts. Most of mine are my friends and you guys.